time on Friday, right?
Special meeting, right? We're gonna start a special meeting.
I love it. I love it.
We have one every Friday night. I'll send out an email explaining why. So I guess everybody seen that email.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, ma'am, this morning. That's Amy's phone, does our dancing.
Would someone let me see me, please? Thank you.
I can black it out.
No, that's all right. They don't bother me.
Did you get the message?
That I have not had a chance to pull in. Drop kids off, let my car through my game and got back in my So I usually don't. Yeah, I do, because my little ones.
Just 5:30.
Yes, so you'll get
And everybody's here, she's gonna roll. Good Friday afternoon, everybody. It's Lawrence, City of Lawrence Special Council meeting. It's Friday, March 25th, 2022, 5:30. It's time I say the invocation. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for this council and the citizens and everyone that makes the city work. Thank you for the police officers and the firemen. Thank you for our safety. Lead us and guide us. Help us make good decisions for the city of Lawrence and the citizens here. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Last one will be a roll call.
Councilman John S. Goss,
Here.
Councilman Lewis E. Harvey Jr. Here. Councilwoman Andrew Rowland,
Here.
Mayor Bob Harrelson,
Here.
Councilman Carol G. Patton Jr.,
Here.
Councilman Michael E. Suggs here, Councilwoman Jean P. Liscavige.
Here.
Get right down to business on A, it's about discussion of property located at 4126 Railroad Avenue, PN 176-140-40098, which is that piece of property right on the corner beside Tanya's and Donya's beauty shop. Mr. Clay, you want to?
can bring up a little bit of data on that too, is that this property across the street from there, and I think we can purchase the property, city council elects to. You can take it, use it out of the ARP funds, or you can use it to do a combination of stuff.
I think y'all discussed it at one of the meetings.
I think we discussed it at a couple of the meetings, as an opportunity for the city to purchase it to, use in a way to help the citizens and the businesses in the area. And I think, the committee would like to recommend that council, purchase that property with the funds that, Mr. Young mentioned.
You recommend that in form of motion?
Make a motion.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah. What, how much?
How much are we paying for it?
And it's a contract to purchase land. Is this something we don't, is this something we need to discuss in the executive session as well as a Dynamax contract? I mean, this is first word of it.
We can discuss it all right here if you'd like.
Alright, that'd be fine.
That's no problem. The lady's name is Barbara Taylor, and this piece of property goes back all the way into when I was first elected on council. She was coming in to Public Works. She said that one of the city employees had told her if she bought it, purchased it, that it would be torn down. If she tore it down, the city would buy it, which at that time, the city opted not to buy it, but ever since then, it's been back and forth as to what to do. It was torn down and asbestos and all that stuff removed, and she put it on the market. Occasionally, I think I mentioned it in one council meeting a long time back, and it's been tossed back and forth in conversations here at City Hall about buying it, possibly like Councilwoman Muscovy said, a park or somewhere for people to sit while they're waiting on different stores or eat food or have celebrations for the veterans or whatnot. Those, the rest of the properties that we use at this time in the city are owned by other people. The city doesn't own any of the property we use to have any events on, which at that point we would own one. And if we did run up the stump, we would have a place to put the Christmas tree, which like right now, we wouldn't have anywhere to put the Christmas tree. That property was sold. But anyhow, needless to say, Miss Barbara Taylor was made an offer by an unknown individual to purchase that property. And when I called her to speak about it, when I heard about the interest in buying it, she told me that she would like to give the city an option to buy it. But she needed to know something by this weekend, whether we were interested in pursuing that. Otherwise, she was going to sell it to the other person making the offer. Price on a piece of property is $42,500 for the purchase of the property for the city. And that's pretty much all I know. I don't have a survey of it, but I know where the lines are. I've seen a survey of it.
Do we know what she had it listed at with the realtor?
She had it listed at 69,000, I think. It's moved a little bit. She's gonna give us this, and this, but there is an offer on the board at this time. Somebody want to buy it.
Was the same price or we don't know?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know that.
It's listed at 42.5. That's the listing price. I got it right here.
42,500. So that's the same thing she's willing to sell it to us for.
Now, it was listed at 69, it was listed at 79, it's moved around.
What is appraised at?
I don't know what it's appraised at, but I know where it's at. And it's right beside City Hall, and you can't buy any more property right beside City Hall. That's the only property right beside City Hall. You can buy a piece down the street, that same size, a lot cheaper, but it's down there. And it's not up here where it can help, in my opinion, help City Hall, help the looks of the city, at the same time, help the businesses.
Council, some of the feedback I had received from the community, a while back through various individuals and on social media, they were interested in us getting a piece of property to put, a park, kind of like what Conway has downtown, where they have a little seated area, a mural, water fountain. And I think there's a lot of tourism that will be attracted and shoppers downtown. I actually came through Conway today. I had a good bit of people at that time, using their property and taking pictures and doing various things there. So, that's kind of the concept. I mean, obviously we wouldn't have to do that with it. But that's what, the feedback from the community I received was, and, I'm not sure, how council wishes to use the money that we received from, the Paul Prince Award, but that could be a possibility, for that use and, obviously honoring him through whatever we would choose to do there if we did purchase the property.
I think at one time we did have, the possibility of, can't remember the man's name, but he talked to me and he talked to you. Lancaster or something like that. It was kin to some of the Pattersons.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
He had mentioned that he might possibly
do that.
be willing to chip in on that. And he was, but he said at first he wanted to do some work on Patterson Cemetery. So we could reach out to him and see if he was still interested also. I mean, there was a number of different ways it had been done through ARP, I think. The Administrator said, and hospitality and Paul Prince and or any of the three combined.
How much money did the city get, Paul Burns?
$20,000.
25,000?
20,000.
20,000. Well, that's the first time I've known what the price was. I just personally think that's too much. If it was $30,000, I'd be more interested. But I just think 425 is, for that little piece of property is too much. That's just my personal opinion.
County's got it valued at 10,600 the land, $10,600.
The county
The
does?
county does. That's a 2019 reassessment fee. I mean, I know what you said about her saying she has a contract on it, but it just all seems too coincidental to me that that property's been listed. I know since 2019, various realtors, and there's been no movement on it whatsoever. And now the city supposedly has expressed an interest in it, and suddenly she's got a contract that she's holding off on because let's first bite at it. That just seems awfully coincidental to me. And my gut's telling me that it's not the thing to do.
Well,
I'm sorry, Mayor,
go ahead, Jim.
I don't know that this is the first time that the city's discussed, the property. I know I had asked about it a while back. I know it had been brought up when I first got on council. We were not interested in it at that time, for various reasons, but I think there have been some discussions, if it would be possibly sold since then. Maybe not the whole council, but, I don't think it's just come up in the last week or so. I know we discussed it in, some of our committee meetings over the last month or so, if it was available, how much it would be, and the opportunities to develop it and use it for the city.
I know a piece of property I bought personally that was listed for 5 or 6 years and nobody ever bought it. Then I bought it and I built a building on it. Then everybody wanted it. So, that's just my personal, but so far as the way the county lists taxes, it is, I can show you 100 things on the tax map within the city or out the city that just because they list it for a price don't mean that's what it's worth.
Oh, I completely understand that. Sometimes the tax value is close and sometimes it's way off. But as of this moment, that's all we got to go. We got no appraisal, we got nothing to tell us what the value of this property is.
Well, it's worth a lot more than that.
If it's worth more than that, and she has a contract that's sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
And I promised her I'd sign that contract and move on today. She's been sitting there for years without it being sold. She's that close. She needs to sign the contract.
Well, she's given us an opportunity, so that's why we're here. And I think we need to discuss it and hear everybody else's opinions also. I think, like I said, it's not down there, it's right here. And
I think that we all know that
prices of land are only going up, they're not coming down. With the influx of so many people coming in, I think a little park would be great.
I mean, it wouldn't have to be a park, it could be a park, it could be some parking places, it could be, shoot, one day it could be the expansion of the city hall itself. I mean, there's nowhere to go with it either. You know, if we had that piece of property and we grew the way Dolores is growing and we need a bigger place, we could definitely add on over there. It's just a number of things that we could do in this same exact location, but if it, like I said, down the street, I wouldn't even consider it down the street. But on that corner, I definitely would consider it.
I just think the price is too high. You know, if I was gonna buy it for myself, I wouldn't pay that. And here I am sitting on city council, responsible for taxpayers' money, which I think we should safeguard more than we do our own money, because our own money is only what we want to. And here we are being put under the gun today to make a decision without an appraisal, without any more information, to buy a piece of property that is obviously overpriced because it's not sold in how many years now? We know since 2019. It's almost like we're being packed into a corner, do it today or don't do it, with not full information.
We're here to discuss that, and nobody's making anybody vote yes or no.
True.
Mr. John, you have anything, or Louis?
I feel like it's a lot of money. I just feel like we're being. There's nothing like the else. Even though.
Just got a size on it. Is this the scale? It's not the scale.
This is off the county website, eh?
And, let me have a minute, and I'll go work up a number on what size that lot
It
is.
says the square footage on the sheet,
So,
It says 3,049 square feet.
2,000.
Is that what it says?
Realtor.com says, you know, run up from county says 2948.
Yeah, I mean, I just sold a piece on Queen Street for 60,000.
A piece similar to this size?
No, it's a little bigger than this, but it's on Queen Street too.
well, like I said at the beginning, I just think it's overpriced. If it was $30,000, I would seriously consider it. I can't consider it $42,000.
So, what's council's pleasure? Would you like to vote? Would you like to, think about it and talk about it at the next meeting? Would you like to table it until then?
I'd like to see
That gives us time to.
independent realtor to take a look at it and talk to us before we make a $42,500 decision. Because we sure haven't had any time. That's the first time I knew what the price was.
If I may, I'm not been involved in any of these conversations, so I'm not aware of what's out there in terms of alternative offers. But if the council had an interest in the property and was concerned about her going in a different direction with another potential buyer, if you don't express interest, perhaps y'all might make an offer to her that was contingent upon the appraisal for as much as that offer. And you can authorize entry of the contract at any time of these things. Perhaps that would persuade her to work with the council first. I haven't talked to her, really about it, so I'm assuming you accept it.
I think she's ready to make, based on what she told me, she wanted to know, so that she'd know which way to go. I think she's ready to make a move with us or with somebody else. That's the way I understood it. And I've been in the land business 40 years. That's the way if it was a piece of timber, I'd be buying it this weekend. If it was a piece of timber. I mean, that's just how it is. But other than that, I mean, if Chan wants to continue that motion and there's a second, we'll vote on it and we'll do whatever. But that was the entire reason, that and the Datamax, contract for this meeting.
Would council be amenable to, following Attorney Moss's recommendation with, pursuing the contract with appraisal? If the appraisal comes back.
I'd be fine with that.
I mean, that's what I think, because,
No.
I mean, that's just the way to do things, you know?
What I think's gonna happen, I just about guarantee it, it's gonna appraise less than that, because it's gonna be appraised to like sales. That's how appraisals work. And there's no like sales for any more land besides City Hall. So, I mean, you can take that to the bank. That's the way it works. If you compare that to something that sells down there, it's gonna bring the average down. That's just how it works.
Yeah, and the council will be free to purchase it, even if it's even appraisal, at least the council will.
Yeah, just because you get an appraisal, that doesn't mean that you got to.
It's one person's opinion.
Yeah, I'm certainly not obligating if it comes in and appraises at 42.5 to buy it. But, I do think, I mean, like Mr. Suggs says, this is not my money. If it was my money and I wanted to buy it, I'd buy it. But, this is taxpayers' money, and I think we need to be as frugal as we possibly can, for their benefit. Because once you buy it, if you do something with it, that's gonna cost us more money. Put in whatever we put in.
I honestly hadn't seen one single council, single citizen that's complained about anything we've done since I've been here to improve this city. Every single thing that we've done to improve this city has been hallelujah and clapped about. And I think that's the same response you'll get about that piece of property there. And that's just my personal feeling. I have one opinion, but that's it. And I just wanted to state that. I think that we're here to take care of the council, to take care of the citizens' money. But I also think they want us to make good decisions and make the city better than when we got here. I really feel like that's what we're here for.
Well, that's all we're trying to do, make a good decision. We don't have the information to do it. That's all we're trying to do. But I don't think because we're the government, we're supposed to pay a premium for a piece of property. It may not be worth that just because it's the thing, it feels good. We shouldn't do that.
No, not just because it feels good.
I do think it's a good opportunity for the city. I understand what everybody's saying about the appraisal, but there's been a lot that we've talked about to improve the downtown area, to draw more economic growth, to draw more people in to support our local businesses. And I just feel like the purchase of that property, will give us an opportunity to help us increase that even more. That's just my personal opinion, based on, like I said, what I've heard from the citizens in the community. And like I said, I do understand what you're saying regarding, the appraisal and the short notice and, but I do think it's a good opportunity for us to help our city.
Does anybody got anything else? Nobody? If you'd like to make a motion, you're more than welcome to make a motion. I'll ask for a second. We can vote yea or nay. Or we can do whatever council would like to do.
How would council feel about using, the money from the Paul Prince Award toward the purchase of the property if we were to purchase it?
I think that would be a good idea. Use that money.
For that purpose?
Yes, for that purpose.
That'd leave 22.5 in the balance to take from hospitality or ARP funds.
Mr. Young, will we be able to use hospitality toward that if we, depending on how it was developed?
I would recommend going with ARP, because I think it'd be cleaner. I think that the activities that the city would use in the future would probably be hospitality related. And therefore, I think it'd probably use it cleaner if you do it that way. ARP.
Right.
Especially. if you're
That
gonna-
may give you
especially
more
if you're gonna go with
flexibility.
Paul Prince money, because you're gonna match those two together. It's probably a good idea. It gives you more flexibility. Hospitality gets you on the property. Come up with plans.
And by no way do I want Councilman Suggs or Councilman Paget to think that I don't agree with their speaking about the land evaluation part. It's just that that's right there. And there's no comparison, in my opinion, to a piece of property that's right there. It'd be like a piece beside your house or your house. It would definitely be worth more to you rather than somebody else getting it and doing something there that you didn't want them to do. That's why I bought some of my property. I gave too much for it, but I bought it.
It gives you control.
Well, it does.
Yeah.
It helps you, complete the circle.
Well, to get something moving, I'll make a motion that, Mr. Moss, look into getting a realtor to get us an appraisal on it, and we talk, about the purchase of it after the appraisal comes back. Yeah, not a realtor, I'm sorry, appraisal.
Do I have a second on that?
Second.
All in favor? Let's vote on that.
Councilwoman John S. Bells,
Yes.
Councilman Louis C. Hardy Jr.,
Yes.
Councilwoman Andrea Coleman,
Yes.
Mayor Tom Harrison,
No, I'm gonna say no. I'd rather just go ahead and buy it.
Carol D. Page Jr.,
Yes,
Michael E. Suggs,
Yes.
Councilwoman Jamie Biscuit.
Yes.
Just let me ask a question. Approximately how long, do you have an idea of how long it would take to get this information?
I'm gonna think it's take 4 to 6 weeks to get the price on the next one. Based on what I'm seeing.
If you like.
Well,
Okay.
probably 4 to 6 weeks. But I can start making calls. As soon as you leave here this evening, I call a couple of places. And see, if you give us an estimate for something, if it's not my money, I can have somebody on board to do it.
Okay, let's move on to the next. Council is the fee, council will discuss the Datamax contract. I think y'all were, about everybody that's up here was in that meeting, but me, I think. And it was 3.
Councilman Patrick was here.
yes, I was there.
Okay,
Yeah, we got a contract from Dynamax, Bobby Monroe came and gave a presentation to one of the meetings and gave us a contract on his services or through this company through DataMax. And we've got a list of cities in the back of who are actually participating in dealing with business license and collection of business license taxes that possibly could be missing out on having to get access to other businesses that are actually doing business in the city of Loris. He will actually, through his company, he will contact those companies and then he will collect the fee for up to 2 years from that contract. He get 50% of the fees from the first 2 years, and then after that, the fee goes away, so you collect 100%. So it's, he made a pretty good mark on companies that he thinks that we could have access to. And some of the cities I talked to were on the list. They talked to City of Dillon, a couple of others, and it did say that they were successful in businesses that are doing businesses in these cities like Columbia, Dillon, Chesterfield, and Darlington, all these other cities. Felt they were pretty successful. Mr. Passion.
I think Marion and Mullins and Conway, have you called them? We talked about somebody
I
contacted
talked
them.
to Adam from Conway, he said he was blown away at the first month's revenue.
And I talked to City of Dillon, I talked to Blue Wagon, the City of Dillon, he's the same way, and I talked to one of these other cities.
And they were all in favor.
Yeah,
They were tickled to death.
yes, sir.
And the contract has no cost associated with it, except presumably the less.
Right.
And they don't get paid until we actually.
They actually send us the fees first, and then we're actually turning around and after we collect all that money that prior month, they invoice us for what we owe them for that month, so then we turn and send them the 50%. So they never touch any of the money until we send them what we invoices.
We get the money and send it
First,
to them.
yes, correct.
That's a no-brainer.
So the alternatives are to do nothing, and you can get away without paying the business license, or to try to use your own staff to like, you're kind of slim on, or work with not like this.
I'm in favor of that.
I like- I'm going to-
So, no, you should be good, go ahead.
No, you- Thank you.
I was gonna say, I told the mayor, my daddy always said 50% of something is better than 100% of nothing. And, we're not collecting it now, we don't have the staff or the expertise really to go through it and do that. So I think we'd be foolish not to do it.
I'd like to make a motion that we allow Mr. Young to enter into a contract with DataMax, for the city of Louis.
I second the motion.
Let's vote on that.
Councilwoman Joan S. Goss,
Yes.
Councilman Lewis C. Harvey Jr.,
Yes.
Mayor Todd Harrelson,
Yes.
Councilman Andrew Coleman,
Yes.
Councilman Carol D. Paget Jr.,
Yes,
Councilman Michael E. Suggs,
No,
and Councilwoman Jan P. Deschler.
Yes.
the reason for no vote is I've not seen the contract, it's the first I've heard of it, so. It's my rationale.
Motion passed. Okay, public, anybody from the public want to press? Nobody is pressing.
Mayor, I've got one thing I'd like to take up in executive session, it really shouldn't take very long at all.
Yes, sir.
It's to talk about personnel, so I make a motion to go into executive session to talk about personnel.
A second on that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Yeah. Yeah. Back in the day, I would have been here at this time of the day. All right.
You wouldn't, what about that?
Nobody. We'll mix that, we'll skip to the next.
No, I have new glasses.
I don't wear them.
when I'm walking, because that's the worst, that's the most dangerous thing I can do. Oh, okay. I've got to talk to Clay before I leave. I appreciate it though.
I'm sorry I texted, I had to go to the doctor, but get the test results
Make sure that. Thank you.
Motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There's no action taken in executive session.
Move adjourn.
Second.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
That's always guaranteed.
Pretty quick.
That's right. Everybody have a good weekend, please.
Business licenses outside.
Yes, ma'am, right now. I hope you guys are real.
Hi, come here often?
Mine will be.
No.
It'll be 7 June.
Yeah.
They have said in their.
When none of the money comes out, none of the money comes out of